All right, so you're here tonight to support the Geanco Foundation. What's so special about this foundation?
Well, I think first of all, it's helping people. It's helping people that are suffering over in Africa and Nigeria. It's a foundation that's ultimate goal is to try and build a hospital over there where they can service people not only in Nigeria but maybe all over the country of Africa and all over the world. And I think for me especially, you know, it's kind of my homeland. I mean, Africa is kind of where all African Americans started out, and so for you to be able to lend a helping hand and give back over there, that makes it even more special. So I think those are some of the reasons why I got involved.
Now, you're a legendary Hall of Famer. What's some advice you can give to some other football players coming up?
Well, I try and tell all young players to set their dreams and their goals very, very high, and that's what I did. And I had tremendous odds against me when I came out of Los Angeles, you know, as a single-parent home with 6 sisters and only 1 boy. And my mother got me involved in sports at a very young age to keep me on the straight and narrow and to keep me around more boys and influences. And I set my goals high early that I wanted to become something, and I wanted to be a professional football player. But that didn't come with adversity, and I think that's what most people, young people, don't understand, is that you're going to go through very, very tough times when you're trying to be successful, no matter what it is you're trying to do. But how do you handle that adversity? Do you lay down on the ground and feel sorry for yourself, or do you dust yourself off, get back up, and go back at it again? And I was able to keep doing that. So I think that inner strength is something that everybody's going to need in order to be successful, and the people that have that inner strength are the ones that are going to keep fighting through and persevere and hopefully become successful whatever it is their goals are.
Now, are you a fan of any other sports?
I'm a huge fan of basketball. It's my favorite sport, but I'm a fan of all sports. I follow them all, and just being a competitor, I understand. Even though I was a football player, I know what a hockey player had to go through in order to get to that level, or I know what a baseball player had to go through, because we all had to do the same things, just in a different sport. So I have tremendous respect for players that make it to that level, because I know that only a small percentage of guys who start out make it to that level. So it makes you want to be a sport and makes you want to root for all those guys.
Now, can I just get your opinion on sports-enhancing drugs? What are your thoughts on that when players use it?
Well, you know, I come from a different era where some of those things were allowed, but there's no question they needed to clean sports up, only because of the influence it has on young people. And for that reason, I think that's one of the reasons why there should be a ban on any PEDs, as far as, you know, giving you an advantage. You don't want young kids out there thinking at 8, 9, 10, 12 years old that they should be taking steroids and things like that, because it does so many bad things to your body. And you want to make sure all these young kids, you know, have a good, healthy life. And when they start doing that early, it can start causing all types of problems in their kidneys or whatever it might be. So for that reason, there's no question it shouldn't be. And then you want everybody to try and have a fair advantage. And I think all different sports are doing as good a job as they possibly can to try and clean up the sports so everybody has that same even playing field. It's been tough. A lot of guys have suffered from it. A lot of guys don't agree with it, but I think it's the best thing for sports right now to make sure that nobody is taking things that are banned by their certain sports, and that everybody has that same playing field.
And one last question. LeBron James is up for Best Athlete tomorrow at the ESPYs. What are your thoughts on that?
I'll tell you what, there's not many better athletes than him. He could probably play just about any sport that he wants to, but I'm sure he has some great guys that he's up against, and I'm sure they're all very worthy. But LeBron James would be, if he was to win it, I wouldn't have any argument with it.
Well, it's a pleasure meeting you, Mr. Moon. Enjoy your night. Thanks.